Hi there. If things look a bit different, that's because I'm gonna try something new. There's been something I've been always wanting to talk about because it's kind of like the biggest elephant in the room when it comes to my content. If you've known me for a while, which probably not, but you know what? I'm gonna talk about it because it's cute. But if you've known me for a while, you know that I actually had a different style of content and I used to do something else on the dead name Twitter app. If you want to know why, for a brief period of time, I didn't have Twitter linked in my socials. In my older content, like a couple weeks back, you would notice that. It's for a good reason. I wanted to heavily distance myself from the people that knew my Twitter back then. By the way, if you also hear a fan, that's because it's like 90 degrees where I'm at right now, and I am sweating, and I'm dying, and I need something to keep me alive. Alright, so this drawing actually kind of correlates with that as well. It's Bea from, I'm gonna have to give hell of a context to this one, CRC. Well, she's not in CRC anymore, as I have once again left that, for the third time. I really need to get better at this. What is CRC? CRC was a webtoon originally ran by Merriweather, but now I believe he's no longer running it, and it's ran by 555 Comics. It's called Conspiracy Research Club. Actually, I used to be a very prominent member of the CRC fandom. I was the Cameron St. Jones account. Yes, I can really talk about all my experiences there, as I was pretty young when I ran that account, and you may be like, well, Mia, it's only been 2 years. You can change a lot in 2 years, okay? You can mature and become more disciplined in 2 years. I believe I have, at least. And let me just say, oh my god, it was a shit show back then. Bea right now is actually from my quote-unquote rebrand. I wanted to heavily get rid of the Cameron character, and I wanted to come back with someone new that I can interact with other people. And so Bea was born. Her real name is Beelzebub, and she has a bunch of lore. But the TLDR is she is a doll, an actual mechanical doll, and she loves fashion. So right now she's in her Farina outfit. I don't actually remember the reason why I did this. I believe it was cosplay for a cause. It was the CRC roleplay event where you could cosplay as a character, and I thought Farina was a good pick for her, as I wanted to be a Genshin character, because I think my other friends at the time were Genshin characters. And honestly, I really liked it. The drawing is pretty old. It's pretty outdated in my standards. You can really tell with how I shade and color, and how the line art isn't as stylized as I normally have it, which is alright. I love showing off my older artwork to show the progress I've done so far. Now then, why did I leave CRC? I can really talk about it, but the thing is, it is so badly managed. I can say that now. It was so bad. Apparently, there's so many petty fights and drama. It really was. It was like an elitist group. I don't know how to describe it. It was so confusing. I left because there was this wall of the smaller characters and the bigger accounts, and Jesus, dude, it was awful. And also, it was on Twitter. Yes, I roleplayed on Twitter. You could sue me. Literally, since it's on Twitter and it's constantly being updated every single day, you have to constantly be roleplaying, and if you take breaks, it just tanks your performance. And eventually, it got to this competition that I called out multiple freaking times of who can make the best type of, roleplay or, event going on. As someone who loves, creating things, I like creating things at my own pace, and you can see that with my channel. I try to upload weekly, but most of the time, I'm kind of doing whatever I want, because I don't want to burn out hard, And with CRC, it was kind of you had to constantly keep creating art. And don't get me wrong, my art's improved a lot because of that. But also, it made me, feel hella burnt out for a whole year. That's why I stopped uploading videos. It's because it took a whole year for me to get back into it. What the hell? Oh my god. For me, it's wild that I can say all of this, because from what I heard, it's imploded on itself. I got this message a couple months back that it basically imploded. What happened is 555 Comics don't have any money anymore. That's all I really have to talk about, really. I just wanted to quickly mention that, as my content is not going to be CRC focused at all. It's never going to be CRC focused to begin with. It's just what I do, and this just happens to be a character from CRC, and you might be seeing me draw more from my old CRC characters now that I'm repurposing them into a new, like, kind of roleplay comic thing that's only for me. Yeah, if there's any updates, I'll let y'all know.
Hey, listen!
I'm actually gonna look it up right now. I need to see if this is real. There's a bunch of, like, see, these are the CRC gangs. See, look, this is the last time she posted, was 24 of last. Oh my god, look at all these people. Old people and old artists here. Like, this is insane. And I used to be part of this, actually. Once again, my account's no longer existing here. And it's kind of sad. It really is. I want to know if people are still alive.